Little by little, we need to get to the Ethan and Xana at the Grubhub truck. Content creators should start talking about this. They should start talking about the reality of Ethan and Xana being at the food truck and they being hidden on plain sight. That's the biggest secret of this Idaho 4 investigation. It's an Apple Pay transaction that will define what we've been talking about Ethan and Xana being at the food truck. We've been talking about this for the longest. For the longest, we've been talking about Ethan and Xana being at the Grubhub truck, hitting on plain sight. Moscow PD knowing about this. But of course, due to the gag order, they can talk nothing about it. So even though if they know, they don't have to talk about it. And just keep the reality of Ethan and Xana being on plain sight. And as long as Moscow PD don't say, oh yeah, that's them, by the way, no one, not one content creator would dare to say, even if they seen them, even if they seen like, damn, that's Ethan and that's Xana. What the fuck? I know a lot of content creators won't even dare to probably even go there just because they don't want to put their true crime career on predicament and they don't want to take that risk. Big shout out, buenos dias, feliz viernes, buenos dias, Amy Conway. Big shout outs to you. Thank you for being here. Very appreciate it. I know this live stream, it was not planned. I don't know. I just felt like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn the camera on and let's just have a conversation. Let's just have a conversation about the latest in this case. So you see, you know what's crazy? They keep using the defense not wanting cameras on the courtroom as bad as like they utilize oh, Kohberger defense don't want cameras in the courtroom. Like Kohberger and the defense has something to hide. Can y'all see? But they don't mention prosecution. Not wanting cameras in the courtroom neither. It's being a malicious covering. Like in a way the news stations been covering this case is being in a very, very, very malicious way. In the way the prosecution is being handling this case in court, it's obvious that it's being malicious. It's obvious that what it makes sense. It's obvious that what it makes sense to some people Like what it makes sense to some people is not making sense for others. How can we say at this day today that this case is being handled improper? We cannot say that at all. This case has not been investigated accordingly. The coroner didn't do their job at all. Like what they did, they bag him and tag him, because it seems that's all what the coroner did. Just bag him and tag him, send him to the fridge. No toxicology, no time of death for each individual disease. No mortum mortem. No mortum mortem. Not within detail the reasons why the victims died. You just simplify it and you put all four diaper stab wounds. Excuse me? Stab wounds is when you stab and you get poke. You get poked. Stab. It means when you get poke and you get stabbed, right? These victims got stabbed, slashed, shredded, mangled, abused. And you're gonna tell me a K-bar knife did it? Where in the forensic report says the 100 to the 100, because all the testings that we have put in place on the bodies, 100 to the 100 confirmed that it was a K-bar utilized in the commission of this crime. And there was one person, one person only that did this. One person. Just make that make sense. I just wish someone could make that make sense. How can everyone could talk about, oh, Kohberger is on camera footage, oh, Kohberger is on stills pictures, his car is on, it was spotted here and there, and yada 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 yada. But can one person tell me how he got inside of that house? How can one person can tell me how he got out, how he got in and how he got out? Is people talking about basements? Is people talking about basements? Is people talking about the house having a basement, tunnels? Can we debunk that real quick right now while we're here? Amy, would you like me to debunk the tunnel theory and the basement theory? Do you want me to debunk that shit real quick? And it's easy. Like, it's easy. This is easy shit. It does not take a fifth grader to break this shit down. It do not take a fifth grader to break this shit down. First and foremost, is not confirmed by no one. Even in the house schematics, the engineering of the house and the schematics on the planning of this house, nowhere there mentions a fucking basement. Nowhere on the planning of this house, nowhere on the plannings of this house mention that it was a basement in this house. Nowhere. So now just tell me how y'all come up with these tonal theories and shit we a cuckoo person came with. Just explain that shit to me. How can y'all even come with a tonal theory when y'all can't even confirm if this house has a basement or not? On the planning of the house, it nowhere it says that it has a basement. I go farther into that. I go way farther into that. Let's say this house indeed has a basement. Where you think that door of that basement is at? Where you think the door of that basement is located at? Again, if this house has a basement, right? Now tell me where is the point of access to that basement? Where is located the door that it goes into the basement? Can any one of the 13 people here elaborate if indeed this house has a basement, which is nowhere to be seen on the schematics of this house? If this house has a basement, can y'all tell me 100% accurately where is the door of that basement located at? Give me 1 second, guys.